Hey there, this is Mark from SetMySite, and today I'm going to show you a very quick presentation on our Webmaster Plan. And this should give you everything you need to know about our Webmaster Plan, or also known as our website management services. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to know is that our website management plan or webmaster service comes with your own personal account manager. So that's very important because there are other places you can go get your website serviced, but most of those places will not connect you directly with an individual who is based here in the United States. Where you get their direct phone number. You don't have to call a 1-800 number and get passed around from support rep to support rep. You'll actually have that account manager's direct phone number, so you get through to them each and every time. You'll have their direct email as well, so you can always email them a question if you have one. But essentially, you'll be on a first name basis with your personal account manager. They are available to you to answer any questions that you have or handle any updates that you might have. And they typically will be working 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time on business days. So you do have that access that really separates SetMySite from a lot of other companies. So what is our webmaster plan? Well, the webmaster plan is an ideal plan for businesses that already have a website and they really just need somebody available to them who knows what they're doing to handle updates and changes to the website as needed. This really comes in handy for folks or organizations where they need their website, but they just don't have somebody in-house who is competent at handling website changes, or they're looking to just basically offload the work necessary to maintain the website, because obviously website maintenance can be a good amount of work, especially if you're not super well versed in the website platform that you're using. So our webmaster plan is great for those types of companies. It gives them access to a competent professional who's available to them to handle their updates, changes, edits, those types of things on an as needed basis. So what type of work is included in the Webmaster Plan? Well, it really includes anything to do with your website. Now, depending on what website platform you're using, there can be some limitations. There can be some things that we can or can't do, just depending. So, for example, on WordPress, we're really flexible since it's an open source platform. Our developers can pretty much do anything that you need them to do. On closed source systems like Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, GoDaddy Website Builder, we are limited to what is available in terms of the toolkits that those specific systems offer. But we're able to do, whatever request you put in, we'll do the best that we can to comply with it within the existing set of tools that we have available to us on those frameworks. But essentially, we can do any type of website updating, adding, deleting text, photos, adding new pages for you, making changes to the design, the look, the feel of the website itself, developmental improvements and functionality. Again, that one is limited to what platform your website is built on. Setting up news, blog, and events pages, updating those pages for you, doing maintenance like software and framework updates, third-party integrations. That's a popular one. So if you want to integrate with a payment gateway or maybe a new form service that you're using to collect form entries, or maybe you're using something to track user statistics like Hotjar, all of those things we can integrate on your website for you at any time. Testing, troubleshooting, backups, photo editing for the purposes of using the photo on your site. So you get the idea. Anything that has to do with your site, we're available to help you out with. So what type of work is not included in the Webmaster Plan? Well, there's a number of things that we can't do. The main thing that we get questions about from folks is, my customer, they sent me this email about their order. Can you look into it for me? And unfortunately, no, we can't do that. We can't do anything on your website that has to do with your orders, with your sales, with your customers directly. You have to manage that part of it. There are liability issues there with us going in there and doing those types of things for you. So we can't really handle communication with your existing clients. We can communicate with you if you have a question. We can show you how to do something, how to access something on your site, but we can't do, we can't manage your customers. We can't manage your orders. We can't manage your stock. And we can't make modifications to third-party software that you might be using on your site. So for example, if you're using a plugin that was created by another company that you're using on your site, we typically can't make modifications to that piece of software. It's usually the case that we don't understand how that software was written or marked up, or that software is closed and there's simply nothing we could do to open it up to access its core code anyway. So just keep that in mind. We also only work with small businesses and organizations, so we don't do any kind of social networks, website forums, or marketplace type sites. So just keep that in mind as well. So what about security and backups? We get that question a lot. So we do both security and backups. The level of security and backups that we're able to provide, it really kind of depends on the website system you're using. So for example, if you're using WordPress or you're using Joomla or something that's open source, we can go in there and we can do a lot in terms of adding plugins and monitoring the security of your website. If you're using something that's closed source, like GoDaddy Website Builder or Wix, we can't actually take backups of those types of sites because those systems are closed. So it would be up to the hosting provider, which in that case is going to be Wix or GoDaddy Website Builder, to ensure that they're making proper backups for you. But in the case of open source websites like WordPress, we can do website level malware detection and brute force protection, server level malware detection and brute force protection, server level is for companies who are hosting with us as well. So we can't provide server level detection or protection for companies that are not hosting with us. We can do on-site IP address blocking to keep out spammy IP addresses, and then general spam prevention. For backups, non-hosting clients, we do make weekly backups that are stored on a third-party server away from your current server to ensure that we have a workable copy in case something happens. And then for our hosting clients, we take daily backups with RAID 1. So we do both security and backups for you, total peace of mind solution, so you don't have to worry about any of this. And then what about maintenance? So this question is really geared towards people who are using WordPress. WordPress clients, we can actually handle all of your ongoing plugin, theme, and WordPress framework updates. We also test all the updates for compatibility before we actually update them. So that way you never have to worry about breaking your website again. So why don't people update WordPress themes and plugins? Well, most people actually don't do it because the updates will break certain functions on their website when they do an update. So certain things will stop working the way that they're supposed to, but there's a number of other reasons too. People have found that they've broken their website. 17% of people, 19% of people don't know how to update WordPress. 17% of people had somebody that they used to have do WordPress updates for them, and that person has left the company. And many people just can't find competent help to help them with it. And so the other cool thing about our service right now is we actually have this great new tool. It's pretty new. I mean, we rolled it out last year, and it was in beta testing last year. And now we've rolled it out to all of our customers, and we call it our website request tool. And in this slideshow here, there's a video that you can watch, and I will also provide you with a link to that video. We don't have to watch the video in this presentation, but be sure to watch that Webmaster request tool video so that you can see how our request tool works. This really separates us, I think, from other companies who are doing similar work. So how much does all this cost? Well, our cost is really reasonable. It's $79 per month. There is a one-time setup fee in the first month, and our service is month to month. So you're not having to sign up for a year or 2 years of service. It's strictly month to month. You get billed on the same date each month, so there's no questions or concerns about when your billing date comes up. And you can cancel anytime. So because it is month to month, you can cancel this service at any point in time if you are no longer needing it or using it, or you found somebody better. We also include 1 hour of service per month. And if you need additional hours, you can always purchase additional time on an as needed basis for $79 per hour. And so we structure it out this way because most people generally need about 1 hour or less of service per month on their site, and only like once every 6 months, once every 12 months will they contact us and say, I need to set up 5 new pages. I need a landing page for this keyword. I need this, I need that. I need to do all of these things, and I need to get it done in the next 4 weeks. And so in those cases, all right, great. So what we do is we figure out how long it's going to take, and then we charge you at a rate of $79 per hour to handle those larger updates on an as needed basis. That way we're not overcharging you month to month for hours you just aren't going to use at that time. So that's how the service works. One more quick thing, if you do need hosting, if you're not on a hosted platform like Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, if you are on a open source platform like WordPress and you do need hosting, for example, your WordPress website is running really slowly, we recommend jumping on our hosting for just $20 a month. That's also month to month, so you can cancel our hosting service anytime. But our hosting is lightning fast. It's premium shared hosting. It's fully managed by our team right here in house. So if anything happens on the hosting end, we're available to handle those issues as they arise. That way, you're not dealing with multiple parties, one party for your website management, one party for your hosting. So just want to let you know that we do offer hosting for a reasonable rate. And that is the end of the presentation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, this has answered many of your questions. And if you do have more questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can always email me directly. My name is Mark. You can email me at mark@setmysite.com. Thanks so much, guys.